What up? What up? What up? We are officially 1 week. We are officially 1 week. 1 week into the Warzone Marathon that I'm doing. I completed 4 days last week. This is the first week. Today will be day 5. And there's a couple things that I've noticed. But before I even get into that, um, before I even get into that, a couple other things I want to touch on. My goal of this stream, my goal of the marathon, is strictly to improve at Warzone, is to get better, become more competitive in the space. Um, Anything else that comes from that is great, but that's the main priority of it all. I know like certain things like watch hours will go up on my channels and stuff like that on because I stream across platforms, and so I know all of those things are um, have potential of happening. But the main priority is to improve. So as I've been streaming, Warzone, the first thing that I've noticed about it is that first I've noticed that the game slows down. Right, the whole game is starting to slow down. Right, certain things, and I was pretty consistent with Warzone, but I would get frustrated and go like 2 weeks without playing, 3 weeks without playing, shit like that. But I've noticed that the game is slowing down drastically. Like it's starting. I'm seeing it slow down. Um, I'm learning certain fights to take, certain fights I shouldn't take, um, and that's changing my perception of things. Um, when I was playing Warzone, the most consistently I was playing Warzone, I noticed that happening too. But at that time, I was playing strictly melee, which was riot shield and like some type of melee weapon. So it's a different ball game now. I'm noticing I'm winning more pistol fights. Right. I'm noticing my movement has improved. I'm still trying to get better at centering aim. That's a mission in itself. Um, and now when I watch other streamers, when I watch other big time streamers of Warzone, um, I watch how they approach the game. I watch how they play the game. So one of the things that I started to adopt is that at the start of every stream, I'm in the shooting range for about 20 minutes. At the start of every stream, I'm in the shooting range for 20 minutes. What's up? I'm in the shooting range for 20 minutes. That uh, makes this my start off better because I used to start off just horrible. Like I would start off getting shot the fuck up, all kinds of shit. Last week, my highest kill game was 8, I believe, on Warzone, on Rebirth Island, I believe. Um, but the thing is, I was having like 5 kill games, 7 kill games, 8 kill, just back to back, like higher kill games than I normally would have. So I've noticed that all that is working, and all that is like, it's working in my favor by just showing up consistently. Um, this and I think I had a bunch of top 5 finishes. I do struggle at the end game, but what I've learned is that the end game to make the end game better, you kind of set up towards the end game. Like you don't just get to the end game, you set up. Like the end game is coming, you do certain things. So I watch a lot of streamers. I watch a lot of big streamers play and how they navigate end games and what they do towards end games. And all that's been helpful. I mainly rock solos. Weekends I'll do quads and stuff like that with my homies. But throughout the week I'm running solos. I don't play with team. Throughout the week I'm playing solos, running around doing my thing that way. Um, and I think my favorite thing that I realized this week. Um, what's up, bro? What's up? My favorite thing I realized this week is that as the stream goes on, like about the halfway, about 30 minutes, 45-minute mark, I start playing better and the game starts like slowing down. Starts slowing down. So again, like this is something that it's a cool experiment that I get to see it in real time. I stream on this platform too, like so when today I'll be streaming about 8:30, and so just kind of seeing the progression and looking at certain things that they get, seeing the progression, uh, kind of measuring and gauging my comfortability in certain situations. Uh, like there's certain types of kills that I'm getting that I normally wouldn't get, like somebody being on high ground and me being on low ground, like stuff like that. Like seeing those kinds of things are showing me, okay, as long as I keep showing up, I keep getting these shots up, you know, then I'll keep getting better. And that to me is like probably my favorite thing. Like ultra competitive. I love to get better. I'm someone who just finds I find ways to get better. Like that's kind of like I don't know. There has to be some sort of opposition for me. When there's opposition, that's when I kind of rise to the occasion. And it's been that way for a good bit. I'll probably start doing solo quads about week 3. Again, this is a 30-day stream. I mean 30-day marathon, and I'm 4 days in. Today is day 5. Um, so I'll probably start running some solo quad games more. No, I don't play Roblox. I'll probably start running some solo quad games a little more. Um, because those are the tough ones, man. When you get to that point. But what I've also learned, and I already knew this beforehand, but like all the good streamers aren't cheating. Like when y'all keep saying that, bro, it just tells me, it just kind of tells me I'm not playing Roblox, bro. I appreciate that though. Do me a favor though, y'all in the chat, hit the like button. It's free. Um, is that all the good streamers that we see on the camera, that we see streaming and everything, they're all not cheating. Because I'm making some of the same plays they're making, and I can guarantee you I'm not the fuck cheating. So if I'm making some of those plays, and all that's getting me there is just kind of watching and learning and getting reps in, then I know for a fact that all those big time streamers that are good, they're not cheating. They're not all the shit y'all be talking about, two boxing, cheat, all that shit. I don't know what half that shit is, but that don't mean that because I'm making some of those same plays. I've gotten 3-4 kills in a row before. I've squad wiped the whole squad before. Like, so seeing these things and doing them myself shows me that this isn't a matter of like, oh yeah, we just cheating. Like a lot of people like to say that, but nah. So as long as you showing up and you keep getting your shots up, keep getting your reps, and no pun intended with the shots part. Something else, and again, this is something else I knew. When you're playing with a team, it's best to when you're playing with a team, it's best to communicate. Like playing with a team is best to communicate. I don't see how people play. I don't see how people play Warzone or play any game that requires that's team oriented and not operate like a team. Yeah, I don't think that works for anybody. Like I don't see how that works. I don't see how that's productive or conducive for anybody. Is to be playing a team game where you got microphones and half of y'all don't got microphones. Like or half of y'all don't want to share. You know, like I don't see how that I don't see how that works. Do you play Call of Duty? What's that? Cash. Cash. I'm talking about my Warzone streams. I'm talking about the marathon that I'm on now with Warzone. So yes, I play Call of Duty. Absolutely play Call of Duty. Today will be day 5 of the marathon. Today will be day 5 of the marathon. So yeah, it's interesting. It's super interesting, but it shows that like the whole purpose of the game, if you're playing on teams, is to communicate. And so when people don't communicate, it kind of makes no sense to me. Appreciate this. I appreciate you subscribing, homie. Thank you. Thank you. Next stream will be tonight about 8:30. 8:30, 9 o'clock. We'll be going live. But I'm going to keep updating you guys. Every week I'll drop a vlog talking about some of the progress in Warzone. Some of my frustration. One of my frustrations is something that will be fixed soon. I need a new graphics card. My graphics card is a 2060. It's way out of date. You know what I'm saying? So the goal is a 3060 Ti or better. You know, and I'll have that taken care of. I'm not too worried about that. That'll be taken care of in due time. But that's a little frustration. But that only bothers me in the very beginning of a match. Sometimes. That's not a regular occurrence. Don't happen all the time. So, in the 3060 Ti that I saw was like 340 or something like that. You know, so yeah, we'll take care of that ASAP. We'll take care of that ASAP, and then we'll upgrade the RAM, and then we'll like go to like 50 series graphics cards after the 3060. You know what I'm saying? What's up, No Mercy? Yeah, Cash is an old graphics card, but it get the job done. The thing is, I bought the PC. I bought the PC when I bought the PC in 20. I think it was 21. I think it was like 21. I think it was like 21, if I'm not mistaken. So when I bought it, the 2060 wasn't bad. 2060, when I bought it, the best you had was the 30 series. So it wasn't bad. But I just didn't know what I was getting. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't know what I was getting. I didn't know. I didn't know how to gauge it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know how to. I didn't know. Like so, that was my mistake. Had I had known, I would have already been in the 30 series now. I would have when I got the PC. Uh, I believe I got it in 2021. When I got the PC, I would have got it then. But because I didn't know that, it was no way for me to know to aim. There was no way for me to know that I was supposed to go ahead and get the 30 series. Because I would have got the 30 series way back then. I would have been 30, 40, 30, 20, some shit like that. I would have been there. You know what I'm saying? But I just didn't know. So you live and you learn. So I hope your life goes better every day. And you know, where are you from? I'm from Philly. I hope your life gets better every day and never quit because everybody's cheering on you in the future. I appreciate that, Cash. Hope the same for you too. Let me pin that comment. I like that. That was dope. Yeah, there we go. But I like that. No, I hope that goes for you. I hope that goes for everybody. Good. I'm Iranian. Okay. 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 But yeah, nah, that's just kind of where I'm at with it. Like, if I had known what I know now, my initial PC would have already had a 30 series graphics card. I'd have been looking at different things. So that was my mistake. Me not knowing the game, me not knowing what to expect or what to look for. That's my mistake. Um, so you live and you learn. But I can play all the games I want to play with my current graphics card. But some of them struggle. So when it's time in a couple weeks, I have the new joint, the new graphics card. But right now, it is what it is. We gotta get through the mud. Wow, this cat is in here. It's different. So, but nah, I ain't never been to Iran. Yo, yeah. Hold up, bro. What are you? Come on, man. I am from Columbia, South Carolina. Okay. Shout out to Columbia. Shout out to South Carolina. Never been to Carolina in my life, so never been to Carolina in my life. Yeah, I ain't never been out there in my life, man. But so like I said, man, but I kind of want to also, even though my main priority with this is just to get better at the game, what I also want to say to y'all is that um, anything that you kind of want to get better at, like, cause I'm a '90s kid, so a lot of y'all weren't born in the '90s. Like some of y'all were born in like 2000s. So yo OJ, no, sit down. So some of y'all don't understand what it's like, and this ain't all y'all, but some of y'all don't understand what it's like to like put in reps on something and get better. And I think that this is a good thing for y'all to look at and visibly watch the progression. I don't know how it goes because the progression and getting better at anything isn't necessarily linear. Like it's not just like, you do X, you gotta adjust certain things, you gotta work on certain things. So we don't know where I'll be. We don't know where I'll be by the end of the 30 days. We just know that I won't be where I'm at now. Like I can almost guarantee that piece. Anything else beyond that, I can't guarantee. I don't know. Right? And it's not to be guaranteed. It's not to be guaranteed. You just put the work in and you see what the outcomes are. Um, you know, put the work in to see how the outcome, see where things fall. Um, and hopefully if you put the work in, hopefully you'll be satisfied with where things fell at. There's some other things that I'm doing too. I'll talk about those other things later, but the main priority on this channel, we're talking about Warzone. I also will be streaming when that new Resident Evil come out. I also will be streaming it. I can't wait for that to come out. I ran so bad. I've never been, only heard through the grapevine. Never been though, never been. Is that where you live at currently? Mm. Okay. If it's something I don't know about Iran, if there was one thing you wanted to teach me about Iran that I don't know, what would that be? As an outsider, what would that be? Yeah. But so that's where we at. That has been week one so far. This week will be tougher because it's gonna be from today all the way until Sunday, right? That's 7 of them straight. So that's gonna be tougher. Last week I kind of started midweek, and yeah, I kind of started midweek. So by me starting midweek, I don't have the whole week of like a whole 7 days, and that on top of this job that I have, on top of the other responsibilities I have to train and do other things, it's not as seamless, right? It's going to be a bit of a task, right? It's going to be a bit of a task. So um, it's going to be some mental things I got to go through mentally, just making sure I show up. Um, and on top of just showing up, making sure I not only do I show up, but I show up with intent. Because there's ways that people can show up and they dragging ass. You don't want to be doing that. When you got a particular focus in mind, you don't want to just show up and be dragging ass. You want to just show up and be lackadaisical. You want to show up with intent. So show up to win. Show up to get better. So this week, I really want to focus on the end game, but I gotta get to the end game. Gotta get to the end game. So I gotta focus on the end game a little bit this week. But I also want to keep focusing on centering my aim because I feel like that's and shooting at aim. That's something else I've learned about Warzone. Warzone's about shooting on angles because no one's ever just going to be standing right here. Kind of like in football, right? In football, everything is at an angle, right? So everything is at an angle. I'm here, I'm slipping, right? I'm maneuvering this way, maneuvering that way. Boxing, same way. Boxing, everything's at angles, right? Slipping. Basketball, angles. All of this stuff is angles. So even in Warzone, it's angles, right? And stop. Stop. Right? He's allowed to be in here. He's allowed to be in here. You get up. There you go. Yeah, why you got such bad energy towards this other cat? So what I'm learning more importantly in Warzone, not the movement is important, but learning how to play angles. Learning how to, if I'm in a gunfight with this person, right, then I can get behind this wall over here. Or I can get behind this wall over here. I can tap, get behind this wall. Or I can tap, drop, or tap, bunny hop. It's angles. And now that I'm not going to lie, I think it's called the Maddox. I think that's called the name of the gun. It's my favorite gun right now. And that particular gun has allowed me to, it has a good amount of power. Has a good amount of power. It's fast. It allows me to be fast. Catch you later, Cash. So it has a good amount of power. It's fast. It allows me to move well. Some guns like LMGs don't let you move too well. Other guns, if you build them bad, they don't let you move too well. But this one is really good for me, and it's good mid range. It's good. It's not a great long distance gun, but it's a good mid range gun. And what I'm learning is that you gotta learn how to shoot at angles. You gotta learn how to duck, drop, but all this stuff is reps. It's reps. You lose enough gunfights, you start going back. You start thinking to yourself, okay, I gotta do this differently. Also, understanding what your map is telling you. It's another thing I gotta work on because I can see my map, but I don't always know. Like I had to learn that like if the arrow is pointing like upward, then they're upstairs. If it's pointing down, they're below you. Obviously, if it's a dot, they're right there. One thing that's helped me out a lot too is trying to get what is it called? Trying to get UAVs early. I used to prioritize trying to get my loadout. Now I prioritize the UAV because the UAV helps me build confidence. When I get the UAV early, I get to find out where people are or where people are rotating to. I get to come over there and get some confidence in by getting some kills, and so that helps. That helps a lot. So I'm learning little things, man. It's little tricks of the trade, little things that you could pick up um, by just streaming this consistently, man. That's helped me out a bunch, right? And you couldn't have told me. You couldn't have told me that this would, like, you couldn't have told me these things. I had to play, right? I had to play, right? I had to play. I had to get the reps in. I had to get the shots up. I had to get embarrassed. I had to lose fights that I was supposed to win. Um, and you know, yeah, I had to like really make that a priority. Um, and by doing that, I've been able to really to start seeing some improvement. So again, that was only week one. We are now into week two of the grind, and we gotta show up. We gotta make sure we show up, do what we're supposed to do, and and from there, we can continue to build on it, continue to improve and do what we need to do, man. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in. We will update you guys again next week. And that'll be again. That's gonna be a telling week because that's gonna be a tough week. That's gonna be tough because we got Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So we got 7 days straight of Warzone. So that's gonna be a tough week, but it's a doable week, man. It's gonna be tough, but it's doable. Appreciate all y'all. I'm out.